All right. Yeah, I'm in my jammies. I was working all day. We'll see what we got here. Years ago, like this guitar sounds pretty good through there for a cheap guitar. But if you would have heard this system, although I didn't have this or this, I did have this. If you would have heard the best sound I've ever heard out of this cabinet was with my Hammer Diablo. Yeah, I know I talk about that guitar all the time. I wore it out, and I do regret getting rid of it, but I sold it for a reason. I mean, my neck was starting to get pretty, it was beyond repair, you know what I mean? But the sound I used to get out of it, this is not bad. This the arm on this is a little bit loose, so you don't get those. Can't quite get the Steve Vai, Joe Satriani stuff there. Little trick you can do on these cheaper Floyds is put tape around the inside there. It tightens them up a bit. If you can get the arm tight, you can mimic the Floyds perfectly. Yeah, so just playing around on this V. I think this is the best sound I've ever gotten out of this V. But it makes a point of what the different speakers make. One more. Wow, the strings are so dead. That is so fun. That is so fun. Especially after a hard day's work like that. Yeah. But you can't have too much fun. You got to save some fun for tomorrow. Right? But speakers. Yeah, speakers. If you really want to change the sound of your guitar, speakers. What the hell is it? Not Ian. I don't think of his name. The guy from Spectre Studios, always yelling at everybody. He has this philosophy that you make holes in your roof with your flying. These are dangerous weapons. I mean, killer. Anyway, that all your tone pretty much comes from your speaker. I don't know why he says that, because it's kind of a little bit silly. Like, everything adds up. He doesn't believe in tone woods, but that's a part of it. Your scale length, that's a big part of it. You really want to change the sound of your guitar, change amplifiers or speakers. Yeah, I do agree that's probably one of the more noticeable things that you do. But everything plays into your sound. This guitar does not sound like my 8-string, and it doesn't sound like my Gibson SGs. This is a very bright sounding guitar because of the maple fingerboard. You can get that kind of Van Halen kind of sound that you're probably getting out of this. And then plus with the brightness of the monitors. Speakers really give you the clarity, and they give you that. These things are 90 watts. This thing is a beast. Best cabinet I think ever made by. You cannot go wrong with these. And of course, they stopped making them. These are just killer cabinets. Like they're so good. They're so good. Again, I've had this since 1991 for a reason. My only problem with it is I don't have 5 more accompanying. 3 tops and 3 bottoms. That's my dream, to have like 3 stacks like this. The sound you get out of this thing. I know that camera doesn't do it justice, but yeah, so everything factors in: your scale length, your tone woods, your speakers, your type of amplifier, your type of... Everything plays into your tone. Everything plays in. So I don't know why anybody would say it's like predominantly just one thing, because if I switch guitars, I can guarantee you, when you heard this the other day, I haven't changed my settings between the 8-string and this. And you can tell this is like way brighter sounding guitar. A lot has to do with the shorter scale length, and of course with the longer scale length on the 8-string LTD there. That thing is just like a beast. Like, knocks the walls out of the place. Love it. I make thunder. But this is a bitchin' sounding guitar. Like, it has a really angry, aggressive sound, but bright. Like kind of Van Halen bright, but it's like Van Halen meets Anthrax. I love it. And these are the crappiest pickups. Pickups make a big difference. I always laugh when I hear guys say tone wood's nothing, but pickups are everything. And the nut, the nut makes all the difference, but the tone woods don't. It's like it all plays in. Everything is correct. Everything plays in. So I'm going to do more videos on how to pick a guitar based on tone woods and other things, scale length, all that. I've done it before, but it's a topic that I think is interesting, and the more people that get thinking about it, it'll save you from buying the same type of guitar over and over again. I've seen guys buy guitars, the same type of guitar, for years and years, saying, I cannot find my sound. Well, if you start using the math of it, so to speak, or the chemistry of it is probably a better term, of what you got in your hands. I can guarantee you, if I have a Jackson, same thing, JS32, with a rosewood fingerboard, it's not going to sound like this. It's going to be a darker, more high mid-range sound. This is a really bright sounding guitar. If I have an ebony fingerboard, it's not going to be as mid-range sounding as the rosewood fingerboard, and definitely not as bright as this. This is actually a really good fingerboard and neck on this guitar. Like, I'm actually quite surprised. Not the best fretwork ever, but not bad for a $400 guitar. Considering my two Gibsons are worth much more than this. Now, mind you, those guitars have a lot of superiority over this thing, tone-wise and you know, fingerboard-wise. But the LTD is about double the price of this, and it's a totally different animal, totally with the Jabota fingerboard, which is interesting. It actually has a very interesting. It's a dark sound. It's not rosewood. It'll never be rosewood. I will take rosewood over Jabota any day. But if you're looking for a heavy rhythm guitar and you got a mahogany neck and mahogany body like that LTD, even if you don't have that wickedly long 26.5 scale length, you're gonna get it. You're gonna even with the Jabota fingerboard, you're gonna be very happy with that heavy sound. Like, it's gonna be a very dark sound, great rhythm guitar sound. This awesome lead guitar sound. This almost, strangely enough, I'm not going to insult my Jackson lovers out there because I love Jackson too. But when I